Hello, welcome to Rando Tech Info and our look at the top 5 cases for the Nothing Phone 2. Since its release, I have bought every case I could find for the Nothing Phone 2 with just a few exceptions. First, I didn't buy any cases that would take more than a week to ship because that seemed like a long time to have to wait to start protecting my new investment. And second, I wasn't interested in anything that covered up the glyph lighting system on the back of the phone because that's the standout feature of the phone. And for the sake of time, so I don't have to keep playing the repeater, all of the cases you will see today have nice raised edges on the front of the case for screen protection, are easy to take on and off, keep the physical buttons feeling nice and clicky, and support wireless charging. Sadly, however, due to the transparent nature of all the cases, they are all fingerprint magnets, just like the phone itself. And also, just in case you are wondering, Nothing Phone 1 cases don't fit. Finally, links to purchase all these cases can be found down in the video description. And while you are down there, if you found this video to be useful, then a quick tap on the like icon would be excellent. So at number 5, we have the Oscifer Case. And just let me say off the jump that even though this case comes in at number 5, it's not a bad case, and at $9.98, it's the cheapest case on the list. So I mean, you could definitely do worse for $10. The case is a full TPU or jelly case, which means the whole thing is flexible and rubbery. And while I think that lack of structure can sometimes make a case a little less protective, it does have extra drop protection here on the corners. It also has a ring around the cameras, offering a little extra protection there. However, I'm not sure how necessary that is since the other cases we will be looking at don't have this extra ring and they still cover the camera lenses just fine. This extra ring will also keep the phone from laying flat on surfaces if that kind of thing matters to you. But the fit is pretty good, and I don't think that the phone will fall out even though there is a bit of side flex. All the cutouts for the cameras and the mic up top are all good, and at the bottom the cutouts are also good, and the charge port has an extra large cutout which should nicely accommodate any charging cable. Finally, the last thing worth noting on this case is the bottom of the side rails below the buttons are textured while the top of the side rails above the buttons are not. This is kind of a strange design choice, but I have to say it does make the case noticeably more grippy, so it's at least a functional choice. One last thing to mention, if you are looking on Amazon for this case, you may also see a case by SetQ, and I apologize if I'm butchering the name of these cases, but that case looks very similar, and that is because they're the same case. Like, literally the same case. They even came in the same packaging, and they cost the same. So the only real reason the Oscifer case made the list was because it was actually delivered 2 days sooner, so that was actually the tiebreaker. Okay, so moving on to number 4, we have Nothing's own first-party case, and you can grab this case off of Nothing's website for 25 bucks. It has soft TPU rubbery edges with a polycarbonate back. And I think that extra rigidity provided by the more solid plastic back does provide a little more protection than just a straight jelly case, which is why it places higher on the list. The case is very snug with virtually no side flex, which you would expect from a first-party case. Now there's no extra cushion on the corners of this one, so you might not have as good a drop protection as on some other cases, but I do think that the flat corners look better and help keep the design of the phone intact. Now a couple of drawbacks of this case. While the cutouts are precise, which once again you would expect from a first-party case, the charge port cutout is a little bit small. It works fine with the cable that comes with the phone, but with a bigger cord like the one that came with my S23 Ultra, you can see that the fit is not so great and the cable can fall out pretty easily. The other issue I have with this case is it's slippery. I haven't dropped the phone with this case on it, but I have had a couple of close calls. So I think overall this is a pretty good case. It's not that grippy, and it's definitely probably not ideal for you if you occasionally have the dropsies. Coming in at number 3, we have the case by Hen Simple. And there isn't too much to say about this case because it's pretty much the same case as the first-party Nothing case. Now I say pretty much because there is at least one small difference. On the Nothing case, you have a lanyard cutout on both sides of the phone, whereas on the Hen Simple case, you only get one lanyard cutout. So that is how you can tell they are not actually the same case, but other than that, they are identical. So why is the Hen Simple case higher on the list? Well, first, it's cheaper. The Nothing case was $25 and this case is $15.99. So Captain Math tells me that this is a savings of about 9 bucks. Second, the charge port cutout is bigger, so it will accommodate more cables. And lastly, the Hen Simple case comes with a screen protector, so you get a little bit of extra value built in with it there. Honestly, the only reason you would get the Nothing case over this one would be if you want to absolutely make sure you had a case to put on the phone immediately after getting the phone, or if you just didn't want to have to deal with ordering a case from a separate site. Coming in at number 2, we have the Kuru Case. You can grab this case off Design for $13.99, and it's kind of a hybrid. You have the soft edges and hard back of the Nothing and Hen Simple cases, with the extra corner protection provided by the Oscifer Case. The case has a snug fit, and precise cutouts, once again on the top for the mic and on the bottom for the speaker, and it does have the larger charge port cutout. The downsides of this case are the bulkier corners if you don't like that kind of style of case, and there is no screen protector like with the Hen Simple Case. And like all the other cases we have talked about so far, the grip really isn't the best. And finally, coming in at number 1, we have the Tussive Case. You can pick this one up on Amazon for $14.99, and in most ways it's similar to the Hen Simple Case. You get soft sides with a plastic back, a nice tight fit with very little side flex, and precise cutouts, with a large charge port cutout underneath. The main difference here is where you don't get a packed-in screen protector, you do get this black edge around the case, which I personally think looks better, but perhaps more importantly, I think it gives the case a better grip. It's just a little less slick, which should be a big help in protecting your phone since it will help you from dropping it in the first place, which is why it has an advantage over the other plastic back phone cases and why it takes the #1 spot on our list. Now you may have also noticed the kickstand on this case, and just so you know, the case did not come with that. It's an aftermarket kickstand that I added to the case after I decided it was the case that I was going to use. Now since I'm a big kickstand user, being able to add a kickstand to most cases after I buy them has been kind of a game changer for me, since now that I know when I shop around for cases, I don't need to just look for cases that have kickstands built in. So if you are a fan of the stand like me, I will leave a link to this item down in the description along with the phone cases.
Well, how convenient.
Well, that's all the information I have for one day. If you wind up picking up any of these cases, or if you have one of your own favorite cases that didn't make the list, please feel free to leave your experiences down in the comments so we can all learn from each other and continue to make more informed buying decisions. As always, I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching, and until next time, this is Rando Tech Info, signing out.